Greetings, friends. There are a few changes you may not know about that are coming this year. Officials have confirmed that there are things that all taxpayers should be preparing for before the 2024 tax filing season. This could include adjustments to property taxes and tax refund checks. My dear friends, please do me a big favor and watch until the end of this video. Also, every Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, please make sure that you click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways.
Since FEMA recently changed its rating methodology, the program has lost 150,000 policyholders. FEMA itself has estimated that it will lose 1 million policyholders by the end of the decade due to the premium increases. In Paterson, New Jersey, where the median household income is $50,000 a year, policyholders will see their premiums increase from an average of $1,500 a year to an average of $4,000 a year. In Keensburg, New Jersey, where the median household income is $76,000, 1,000 policyholders will go from an average of $1,300 to $3,500, and the list goes on. So, Mr. Hecht, Mayor Paterson, can working families handle these types of increases?
Thank you, Senator, and thank you for your leadership on this issue over many years. One of my notes here I just looked at, which I think it's important to say, is that the challenges of flood insurance, which would be difficult for a working class family to handle on their own, are being compounded now by inflation, which is making groceries and gasoline more expensive, and then homeowners insurance, which is being driven by reinsurance, which has gone up, I know in Louisiana, about 65%, I think nationwide between 15 and 20%. So we really have a middle class, working class affordability crisis throughout the country, where flood insurance is just one of the vectors.
Mayor?
Yeah, I would add to that, in Athens County, the median household income is around $42,000, so it's much lower than the national average. It is a challenge, to have that added burden, especially those who are living within the floodplains, within the city and throughout the county. It's going to be an exceptional burden on them, and to echo the already existing cost of living increases that we're all experiencing. But again, my default becomes the distressed counties in Appalachia.
What happens is that families who are forced to drop their flood insurance coverage due to rising costs and later suffer damage in future disasters, that's the ultimate disaster to them. And look, insurance is about spreading risk, right? The wider the pool, the less the costs. The smaller the pool, the higher the cost, and that drives people out at the end of the day. And so, if we think about how much money taxpayers have paid when there is a disaster declaration, true, not as much as an insurance company will pay, but still, that's a taxpayer dollars. And I haven't seen too many presidents, when there's a natural disaster somewhere in the country, say, sorry, I'm not going to give you a declaration. They give declarations, which means the taxpayers' monies are being spent. So we should put that in as part of the equation, understanding that. And if the private sector could do this and do it at a reasonable cost, I'd be all for it. But we have seen that the private sector just really is not going to go into this in a way without a backstop that ultimately creates that opportunity.
Last year, taxpayers saw the phase-out of crisis-era tax breaks and the return to pre-crisis amounts for popular credits, like the Earned Income Tax Credit and the Child Tax Credit. According to Yahoo News, besides the IRS's paper backlog and confusion around reporting payments from apps like Venmo and PayPal, last tax season was more of a return to normal. One thing that is important to know before this tax season are credit amounts. Yahoo News has confirmed that last year, the amounts of the Child Tax Credit and the Earned Income Tax Credit had returned to pre-crisis levels, meaning less money back to taxpayers. The Child Tax Credit remains $2,000 per child for the 2023 tax year and is partially refundable, which means taxpayers will not receive the full credit if it's larger than the tax that they owe. The The other dependent care credit is for older children and aging parents who are dependents that do not qualify under the child tax credit. It has a maximum value of $500. The earned income tax credit, which gives a tax break to low and moderate income families, has been adjusted for inflation. So there is an increase for taxpayers. It is worth a maximum of $7,430 for families with 3 or more children. Also, it is important to note that student loan payments resumed last fall, so you may be eligible to deduct the interest. One tax expert told reporters federal student loan borrowers who were required to continue student loan payments starting in the fall of 2023 may qualify to deduct up to $2,500 of student loan interest per tax return per year. Taxpayers who had their student loans forgiven in 2023 may face a tax liability. A provision of the American Rescue Plan made federal taxes on forgiven student loan debt exempt through 2025. However, student loan borrowers may be on the hook for state taxes if their state has not adopted that provision. Also, friends, there was a new bill in Nebraska that is aimed at relieving property tax burdens for homeowners in the state. But Newsweek has reported that this bill has raised concerns among experts who suggest it could potentially lead to a decline in home prices. Introduced by Senator Elliott Bostar earlier this month, the proposed bill suggests treating a local county's assessed property valuation as an official offer to purchase a property for the same value. Homeowners would have a 90-day window to accept this offer, aiming to exert downward pressure on property valuations and property taxes. Senator Bostar explained to Newsweek that the bill intends to ensure that property valuations align with market values, preventing them from surpassing reasonable levels. He argued that the current system, which is marked by statutory limits on property tax levy rates, results in tax increases driven by rising valuations. The legislation seeks to introduce market-derived accountability to address the perceived opacity and bureaucracy in the existing system. A real estate law expert said that if the bill is passed, it could serve as a significant tool for taxpayers to use against financial authorities. However, other experts voiced concerns about potential challenges and unintended consequences. They have highlighted issues with property valuation discrepancies and questioned whether counties may financially support the purchase of properties if owners decide to sell. One tax law and policy expert explained how the proposals could negatively affect taxpayers. He argued that the bill amplifies the problem of assessment errors, as government overpayment for properties would need to be compensated through service cuts or increased taxes on other residents. Nebraska currently carries one of the top 10 heaviest property tax burdens in the nation when measured against mean income, with an average property tax rate of 1.61% and higher rates in larger counties. As of December 31st, 2023, the state's average home value was about $245,000, reflecting a 4.1% increase from the previous year. Well, my awesome and amazing friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Dear friends, thank you so much for being part of this community. The winners of yesterday's Walmart gift card giveaway is Melanie Barnes and Music Loved 5982. Congratulations, my dearest friends. To claim your gift cards, please check your notifications page and send me a message. Or, dear friends, you could message me on my Facebook page. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed weekend.